Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Judicial Service. Today we are here to presenting another video of constitutional law. In this video we discuss the executive portion of the union as well as the state, and if anybody is not watched the previous video, all the link of previous videos are available in our description box. Please go and watch this video, and those who want the PDF file of this video series, the PDF file will be uploaded on our Telegram group. Please join the Telegram group. Link of Telegram group as well as the WhatsApp group is also available in our description box. So without wasting our time, now focus to our topic. Question number 436. A person who holds or who has held office as president shall. So this question is directly related to Article 57. Article 57 dealt with the eligibility for re-election, and it expresses that the person who holds or who has held the office as a president shall, the subject to the other provision of this constitution, be eligible for re-election to that office. So this thing is provided in Article 57. Now option A, not be eligible for re-election. Option B, be eligible for re-election as president. So this is our answer is here option B, and remaining two options, be eligible for re-election as president after the gap of one term. So this is absolutely wrong here, and be eligible for re-election as president after 10 years of vacating the office, and this is also wrong. So answer here option B. Question number 437. Give the correct response to. So first option here, the president shall be bound by the advice of the prime minister. Option B here, the president shall be bound by the advice given by the council of ministers. Option C here, the president shall act on the advice of the prime minister, who shall tender such advice in consultation with his cabinet. Option D here, the president shall act in accordance with the advice of council of ministers, and he may return such advice for reconsideration. So in this question, most appropriate answer is here option D. The president shall act in according with the advice of council of minister, and the head of this council of ministers is prime minister, and he means here president. The president may return such advice for reconsideration. So clearly answer here option D. Now question number 438. The president of India is vested with ordinance making power under article. So this is wrong here. The ordinance making power vested in president under article 123, not 126. He exercises his power. Option A, when Lok Sabha is not in session and circumstances exist which render it necessary for the president to take immediate action. Option B here, when the council of state is not in session, the president is satisfied that the circumstances exist which render it necessary for him to take immediate action. Option C here, when both houses, this is very important, both houses of parliament are not in session, the president is satisfied that the circumstances existing which made it necessary for him to take the immediate action. Option D here, in all of the above circumstance. So according to question here, the president of India is vested with ordinance making power under article 123. He exercises his power when both houses of parliament are not in session, and the president is satisfied that the circumstances exist which made it necessary for him to take the immediate action. So answer is here option C. Now question number 439. When a charge against the president is preferred by either house of parliament and being investigated by other house, so option A here, the president has a right to appear and to be represented at such investigation. Option B here, the president has no right to appear and be representing at such investigation. Option C here, the president has a right to representation but he does not have right of personal hearing. Option D here, the president has a right to appear and to be represented either personally or through legal practitioner. So this question is related to Article 61 clause 3. Article 61 clause 3 dealt with when the charge against the president is preferred either house of parliament and is being investigated by other house, the president has right to appear and to be representing at such investigation. So answer is here option A. Question number 440. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So option A here, the governor can refuse to assent a bill. So this statement is absolutely correct here. Governor can refuse to assent to a bill. Option B here, governor can reserve the bill for assent of the president. Yes, it also correct here. Option C, the governor may refuse to invite a leader of a party in Vidhan Sabha who does not command the majority in the house. And last option here, the governor may dismiss the speaker of Vidhan Sabha and the chairman of Vidhan Parishad. This statement is absolutely wrong here. Governor not be dismiss the speaker of Vidhan Sabha and the chairman of Vidhan Parishad. So this is our answer is here option D. Now question number 441, give the response to, no court has power to compel the governor to exercise or not to exercise any power or perform or not to perform any duty. So this question is related to Article 361. So Article 361 dealt with this thing, and this option related to Article 361 clause 1. And now option B, the governor cannot be prosecuted in civil and criminal court for any act, omission or commission during the period of he hold office. So during the period he holds office. So this option related to, so first one civil one, so civil cases, so in that time it is related to Article 361 clause 4. In criminal matter, it gives the privilege to the governor to protection from the prosecution in criminal matter under Article 361 clause 2. So this thing is here. So both statements are correct here. Now option C here, both above statements are correct, and option D, the statement A is correct while B is not correct. So clearly answer here option C. Now question number 442, give the correct response to option A, the president has power to remove the prime minister but not any of his minister unless to advise the prime minister. Option B here, the president has power neither to remove the prime minister nor any of his minister unless the prime minister loses the support of majority in Lok Sabha and tendered his resignation. Option C here, the president can remove prime minister the moment he loses his majority in the Lok Sabha. Option D here, the president has a power to remove any of minister at his pleasure. So answer is here option B, the president has power neither to remove prime minister nor any of his minister unless the prime minister loses the support of majority in Lok Sabha and tendered his resignation. So clearly answer here option B. Question number 443, the vice president is elected on the basis of adult franchisee by the people of India. So this is absolutely wrong because the election of a vice president is indirect election, not direct election here. So option B, by an electoral college consisting of all the member of Rajya Sabha by secret ballot. Option C here, by an electoral college of all members of both houses of parliament. This may be correct. Option B here, D here, by electoral college consisting of all, this is very important here, all members of both houses of parliament in according with proportional representation by mean of single transferable vote and by secret ballot. So this is our answer is here option D, and this question is related to Article 66 dealing with the election of vice president. Question number 444. Civil proceeding against the president for any act done or purporting to be done by him in his personal capacity before he enter in the office of president. So this question is related to Article 361 clause 4. So first option here, may be filed in any civil court by a suit. Option B here, may be filed in the high court. Option C here, can be filed only in the Supreme Court. Option D here, can be filed only after the expiration of 2 months next after notice in writing has been delivered to the president. So in any civil proceeding against the president for any act done or purporting to be done by him in his personal capacity before, this is very important, before he enter in the office of president, can be filed only after the expiration of 2 months next after notice in writing has been delivered to the president. So answer is there, option D, and this thing is clearly provided in Article 361 clause 4. Now question number 445. The governor is mere titular head of the state. He has some discretionary power in the exercise of which he need not take advice given to him by council of minister. These matters are reservation of any bill for the consent of president. Option B here, appointment of the chairman of upper house. Option C, special address of governor after general election. Option D, appointment of the advocate general. So in this question, the governor mere titular head of the state, he has some discretionary power in the exercise of which he need not take advice given to him by council of minister. These matters are reservation of any bill for the consent of the president. So answer is here, option A. Question number 446. The governor is free to resign from his office by giving resignation, but he can be removed from the office. So first of all, important thing is here, the governor hold his office on the pleasure of the president. So doctrine of pleasure is applying here. So from the office by the president at his pleasure. So answer is here, option A. Now question number 447. Which one of the following is incorrect regarding the condition of governor's office as given in Article 158? So option A here, the governor shall not hold any office of profit. Yes, this statement is correct here according to Article 158. Option B here, government must be a member of either house of parliament or state legislature. Yes, this statement is absolutely wrong here. He must not be a member of either house of parliament or state legislature. So this may be answer here. Option C, the emolument and allowances of governor shall not be diminishing during his tenure in the office. Yes, this statement is also correct here. Now option D, the governor shall be eligible to draw a salary from all state as full. So this provision is also not provided in Article 158. So this is also wrong here. So both B and D are wrong here. So we choose option D here, and now I correct this option. So here right here must, and I replace this must. So I use here governor not be a member of either house of parliament or state legislature. There is some error in this question, that's why I remove this error. So it is not here. So answer is here, option D, the governor shall be eligible to draw a salary from all the state as full. So this statement is wrong according to Article 158. So answer here, option D. Now question number 448. The clemency to capital punishment is granted by option A, President of India. Option B, Chief Justice of India. Option C, Prime Minister of India. Option D, Parliament. So clearly answer is here, option A, President of India. And under which article? Under Article 72. Now question number 449. The power of the President are beyond the constitution, option B, in according with constitution, option C, in according with the parliament only, and option D, supra constitutional. So clearly answer is here, the power of president are according with the constitution. So answer here option B. Now final question of this video, where the dispute regarding the election of president and vice president of India filed and settled in the Supreme Court, option B here, in election commission, option C here, in the parliament, option D here, in both in the Supreme Court as well as High Court. So according to Article 71, where the dispute regarding the election of president and vice president of India filed and settled in the Supreme Court, and his decision is the final decision. So clearly answer is there option A. So now we are going to finish this video, and if you like this video, please click on like button. If you are still not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. This channel will very helpful for your preparation. Please like and share our videos. Thank you for watching Indian Judicial Service.